Always said two things. God has a plan, or actually he said it, good is a plan. And then he would say, here's to the coming of Mashiach. May he come speedily in our time, singing and dancing.
Amen.
Hey guys, it's me, Debbie, here, picking up the trees we're going to plant. We've got pomegranate, olive, almonds. Anyway, we're picking them up here for the big planting this afternoon, and we really hope that you guys will continue to contribute in replanting the land of Israel.
You do that one. Look, I'm gonna work over here.
Good. There you go. Hola kavod. This is your first tree in Israel.
The first one I'm literally
Today,
planting.
yeah.
Yes.
Meaning with your bare hands. There you go.
Loosen up the roots.
First tree in Eretz Israel.
These are all people who are near and dear to me and my late husband Nathan. People who felt it was really important to plant in his memory. Alphabetically by first name, my daughter Ariella Joffe, my good friend Bonnie London, Brandon Marshak, who was a Benabite for many, many years, our nephew Brett Joffe, Carol Amsterdam, who has two boys here today joining us, Ezra and Natan, Carol and Jeff Joffe, my sister and brother-in-law, Cliff Behrens and Nancy Behrens, friends from my days in college, Prana Franco, dear cousin, on Nathan's side, Danny Soller, dear cousin on my side, David and Sherry Klein, Debbie and Hart Cohen, good friends, Debbie Fogelman, the previous Debbie Joffe, and her husband James and their family. They donated an entire seating area. Debbie Olis, a good friend from before I met Nathan. Deborah Fletcher and the Fletcher family. May you guys live long and happy and healthy lives. Gary and Cheryl Hoberman, cousins of mine. Harold Kaplan, Haley and Avi Nisilo, niece and nephew of mine. Hilton Joffe and Sarah Levine, nephew and niece. Eileen Kamisher and Gary Kamisher, good friends. Isaac and Cecily Weisenfeld, really good friends for many, many years. Jonathan and Daphne Ornstein, old-time friends. Josh Joffe, tree number 17, right here. Julianne and Scott Sobel, longtime friends, whose son will be here today as well. Rabbi Kalman Top from our shul, Beth Jacob. Karen Halazi, an old friend. Karen Joffe and Daniel Whiteman, niece and nephew. Kathy Shriki, old friend. Kenneth Lowenstein, an old friend that we've known since we were kids. Avraham Skaletsky, Archie and Dina Benjamin, Sean's dad and stepmom. Ari Siegel, who was headmaster of the school that all of my children went to, now lives in Yerushalayim. Leah Kirschberg, who we used to call Elian HaKohen, and her lovely husband Rob and their family. Lionel and Cheryl Levy. Lori Mizell and her family, Lori Petruska Sussman and her family, Mandana Kanhanchi, who is the hopefully future mother-in-law of my daughter, Marcy Mayer, who unfortunately is in my widow's group, Marilyn Hershenson, an old friend from LA, Molly Wine and Jeffrey Silverman, Nathan and my besties forever, Nancy Greenberg, who was old friend of mine, Nechama and Lawrence Sampson, Ofer and Anat Saba, Rick Hoberman and his lovely family, my kids Sam and Kelly Joffe, Sandra and Bob Braun, cousins, Sean and Mikey, niece and nephew, Stuart and Marilyn Stock, old good friends of ours, Vivi and Mark Klein, also old friends, Shui Wine, a good new friend, Yehudi Baruchim and her husband and her family, Yinan Russo, who's like one of our own, and Nathan always called him Georgie because he couldn't say Yinon, and Yosef Klein, who was here today planting with us. thank you all from the bottom of my heart. This is like the most unbelievable thing we can do in Nathan's memory.